Hello everybody and welcome back to Keep It Real, episode number 36. We have some good news. It's raining. Wow. You never know. You might actually see me clean a tractor in this episode. Maybe. Anyway, I've had a bit of a think in between the last episode, doing the editing, releasing the episode. And I've just kind of thought, well, I'll show you. Just after the recording of the last episode, I started to move some bales, and as I was doing it, I was thinking, you know what? 2 cows do not need any more silage than that. I mean, each of those has got 3,500 litres of silage in there. We don't need any more than that. It actually still leaves 4 bales back at the field. I'm just going to sell them just before the contract is finished, because we do still need to complete that. We need to pop back to the pub. But yeah, I'm just going to sell them, make some profit, then plus the contract. That will give us a real good boost, you know, to some of the stuff we need. And there is a lot of stuff we need. Now, while I'm on the subject of these though, I didn't realise, but as soon as you actually complete the contract, so they're currently silage bales, as soon as you complete the contract, they go back to their grass state and you have to let them ferment. And I kind of like that actually, I do like that, realistic. But yeah. There's no good kind of keeping these bales and deciding to sell them after we've completed the contract, because actually they're not worth very much at all. They are just literally grass bales. So I need to do it now, for definite. Now, in terms of what we've got to do today, there is quite a lot. There's quite a lot of stuff we need to buy. I need to place the manure pit right here, which shouldn't be too much money, but I need to do it because we're just not benefiting from all of that manure at the minute. They've got straw, they're using the straw, but we're not getting any kind of product off the back of it, and that's a key part of being kind of a self-sustainable farm. I also need to, wow, is it a need? Yes, it is a need. I need to get some more cows. We've only got 2, probably not realistically fair on the animals. You know, they are herding animals, they probably want more than 2 of them together, so we do need to do that, and actually that's all future money, isn't it? That's all part of our future income. However, the problem is I sold the trailer, which was once parked right there, and I didn't like it anyway. The trailer was awful, but it now leaves us without the ability to transport animals, and of course that's how we do it. That's how it needs to happen. We're certainly not going to be magically transporting them back to the barn, so that's something I need to think about. You then got lots of other things, I guess. I've still got to look at getting the mower for eventually when we need it for the grass. I've been talking about it for a while. I need to put some sort of shed similar to what we got here. I need to put that down at the other field, just so at least our equipment is, like when it's raining, it is sheltered. Really, I need to have a run around and make sure that nothing that shouldn't be out is left out. Fortunately, the baler is kind of under shelter. Pretty much. We'll say that that's fine. Maybe I should nudge that back in as well. But yeah, I need to see what I've kind of abandoned at the other field as well. For definite. Now, what I'll do. Let's start off the episode with kind of a little treat for you. A little treat. This is a very, very rare treat. Let's just reverse this out and give it a little clean. I can't believe I'm doing it. I can't actually believe I'm doing this, but let's do it. It deserves it, and hopefully you'll stop giving me so much grief. Right. Oh, look at that, look. Look how shiny that's starting to look. Do I need to clean the weight separate? I suppose I do. That's just an old weight anyway, isn't it? Let's clean the front loader as well. Doesn't seem to want to clean. Is there a limitation on how much this hose can clean, or does it just take a long time? Because it's getting cleaner, but it is taking its time. Come on. This is why I don't do stuff like this. What a waste of time. Well, we've already spent an hour in game already. All I've done is spoke about stuff and clean a tractor. Right, that does look pretty good though, doesn't it? Look at that. Look at it. Gleaming. Absolutely gleaming. Right, let's just pull that back inside again a minute. So, yeah, if you're really lucky, and I don't get too carried away, at the end of the episode, I might even clean the Fiat. Cool, don't know what's happened to me. I'm changed man today. Changed man. This rain has inspired me. Oh. The rain which is just about to stop. Okay. So, it literally stopped then as well. So, I do need to make the most of it. Once we've had a bit of rain, I kind of simulated that we can use that to fill whatever needs it, which is actually only the trees. So, we will do that as well. We need to do that. I think we can get away with doing that in the next episode if we don't make it in this episode. But anyway, right, what I do need to do, I do need to actually, they've only got 67 litres of grain left as well. God, it's just never ending. Right, this does need a clean, doesn't it? Look at the state of it. Shocking. We'll head back to the field. The farmer's equipment is still there. There are 4 bales already loaded up onto the tractor, ready to go. Again, I did that off recording in the last episode, so we're just going to take them straight to the animal dealer and sell them. Hopefully we'll make a decent little bit of money actually. Is this even the right time to sell them? I wonder. I've not really looked. When is the best time to sell silage? I need to know for the future. I mean, we're not far off, are we? We are not far off. What are we now? October 3. Yeah, it's a good price to sell them. Right, okay, here we are. So we'll pull the tractor over here, just so it's off of the road. I think there will be just fine. And make sure we don't get run over. Yeah, so that's where I kind of abandoned it. By the time I did this off camera, it was absolutely pitch black. You couldn't see anything. So I just kind of left it. Drove the agri back to the farm, ready for the next episode, which of course is now. So let's just fold these up. Hopefully, oh no. I was just about to say, hopefully they don't fall off, but they did, didn't they? Brilliant. Okay, don't do that on a hill. Note for future. Now this is going to be a pain. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, what is going on? I didn't leave them like that last night. They've obviously moved. Wow, this could be troublesome. This could be really troublesome. Can I somehow force it to tip? Oh dear. Oh, there we go. So anyway, whilst I kind of muck around doing an incredibly bad job of this, I do hope everyone's well. I hope you're keeping alright. I'm really hoping to, by the way, I'm really hoping to get Saskatchewan. Well, I need to, I've got no choice. I need to get another Saskatchewan episode done this week, which means I really could do with some help. So, if you've watched Saskatchewan, obviously you're immediately eligible to kind of come in and join in if you want to help. And yeah, you kind of know what the deal is as well, which is good. So, oh dear. I'm trying to talk and concentrate. And I am male. And I'm not very good at multitasking. There we go. Right. Let's do that from below, going up the hill again. Let's not make that same mistake as last time. So yeah, I do need to. There's that field is huge, by the way. I bought it. I knew it was a big field. I really did. But oh my dear, it's absolutely massive. And yeah, the pickup, the swather and the pickup does make for a slightly more time-consuming harvest. The swathing part of it's easy, but the actual collecting it all with the harvester is definitely not. So yeah, I don't know when I'm thinking of doing that. I don't know. It might be kind of random. I might not give a lot of notice, to be honest with you, because you know what it's like with the kids. Sometimes you just got to take the opportunity as soon as you get it. So I don't think I can pre-plan it. It might just be a case of, I know roughly where a lot of the viewers are from, so I can kind of time it with about the right sort of time for you guys, and see if we can get you to join in. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I've got some names. I don't know how many people I would need to help me. The more the merrier, I guess, really. But certainly Altair, I think you're just waiting for the message. Probably Northern Family Farms, if you're available, if I catch you at the right time. NC potentially. Bender Cat for definite. We've been talking on Discord. Curtis, who's just been going crazy watching videos recently, so again, I know that's kind of local to your area as well. Sloth potentially. There's loads of people, and I've probably missed loads of names, by the way. But yeah, I'll try and time it right, but I don't know. Potentially Tuesday at some point, Tuesday afternoon, my time, that is. Yeah, so if you're interested, let me know for definite, and I'll try and work out sometimes very roughly anyway, just to help out. Now, is this going to be helpful to us? I'm just going to kind of tip over, or is it going to be awkward? It's going to be awkward in there. Come on. Ooh. Problem is now I'm worried that the ones on the back will fall over. The ones on the front, sorry, will fall off. That's what I was meant to say. This is an extremely poor attempt, but I'm not going to cut it. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? It's all part of the fun. Oh dear. I might cut it if it gets bad. Oh yeah, we got one. We'll win him. We'll win him. Let's grab that while we got a chance. Right, let's try and line it up. I lined these up perfectly, by the way, when I stopped recording, so they've obviously kind of moved a little bit on this tractor in between loading up save games, I guess, which is annoying, but it does happen, especially on this map. Actually, a lot of weird things like that happen. Yeah, like that bridge situation that kept kind of moving every time I reloaded them up. I don't know. Right, come on. Yes, did we get it? Slowly does it. Slowly does it. Okay, right. I don't know what the farmer is going to say about the state of his field by the time we've done this. He ain't going to be happy. He's not going to be happy. Maybe that's a little bit unrealistic. Maybe I should fine myself for being such a bad driver. Don't know. Right, come on. This should do it now. I'm like 15 minutes into my recording, and all I've done is pick up some bales very, very badly. Shocking. Well, these brakes on this tractor are also very awful. Okay, right, we're making progress now. So let's sell these bales, make some money, drop the farmer's tractor back to that field, and make our way to the pub. Then probably go straight to the shop and just see what we can get. Oh no, don't. Ooh. Cool, that was a close one. See what we can get to transport the animals. I have installed a couple more mods just to keep with that kind of small, I guess it's vintage theme, not that this is a vintage kind of thing, but that small kind of starting from scratch without a lot of money kind of theme. So hopefully they will be a good deal by the time I actually look at them anyway. Right, what are we going to get? Open that up. Boom. You do get so much money for these, you know. Really, really good, isn't it? And this is very promising for when we start to produce our own silage. Look at that. So £6,240 already, and we haven't even collected the contract yet. That's great. Oh, bounced off one of those invisible collisions again. Right, let's head on back to that field. Okay, right, we'll just neatly park up the farmer's equipment. I'm not going to bother disconnecting the grabs. He'll only have to reconnect them when he picks it up anyway, won't he? So let's head on down to the pub. And then we'll start the kind of very, very temporary spending spree. Yeah, and I say temporary because actually it isn't that much money. It really isn't. We also need to consider the fact that the fuel is going down now, probably because of that baling we were doing. The fuel is under half a tank, and the maintenance is also under halfway. So yeah, I need to. It's all good and well, giving the tractor a clean in this episode, if I remember. But that doesn't really help with its maintenance, does it? Anyway, right. Let's just load up the contract menu. Obviously, I'm kind of simulating that. So, completed the baling. So, we're still going to make 7,202. Yes, please. Anything else there? I always like to keep an eye out for the fertilizing contracts. But there's nothing there at the moment, so that's fine. Wow, we got 13,422. Great. I haven't had this sort of money to play with since the login days, I think. So that's nice. Let's head on to the shop. See what's available. I haven't actually checked the used today either, so we'll see what kind of fancy deals they've got going on at the minute. Now I am recording this at, I think it's actually 11:45 in the evening of Sunday evening, so it's pretty late. It is getting really late. So same as usual, I guess, really. If as the episode progresses and I start to kind of go a bit monotone, it's probably because I'm half asleep. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty fresh. I've just had a coffee. Should keep me going for a little bit, shouldn't it? Hopefully. Right, let's head into this shop. See what they got. Oh, it's loaded up the used for us straight away. So, anything of interest? Okay, not. Oh, that, you know, I activated that because it would have been really nice to have that, wouldn't it? But no, we haven't got anywhere near enough money to get that. I could sell the Agri, but I don't want it. I just love it. The Agri is such a good tractor, isn't it? Right, nothing in there. Nothing in there at all. So I think we need to look at animal transports. So there we go. And you will see. Interesting. What's that for? What is that for? Combinations. Is that for the trailer? Look, we've got one of those leased. But I don't suppose I can adjust it, can I? Because I'm assuming it has to be cattle truck body base, yeah. So we can't customize that trailer. Oh, that's a shame. We could buy that trailer though. We could buy that trailer. Actually. Because this is what I was looking at. Which is essentially very, very similar to the other one, but it transports 2 cows instead of 1. But actually, do you know, this has changed my plans a bit, really. That's also quite cheap, isn't it? So that takes 3, but that takes 5. Yeah. Let's have a look. This might be the first purchase we've made from a lease to buy. It is completely empty, isn't it? I'm sure it's empty. I mean, the only way I can check is to drive all the way down to the other field. I'm sure it's empty. I would have sold the potatoes. I seem to remember saying to myself, it would be unrealistic to leave them. So I can buy that for 2,691. Yeah. And then I can get the animal transport attachment for 1,100. So we're actually, yeah, it would have felt like the look of that. We're actually not far off the cost of the other trailer anyway. The only thing I didn't check is whether or not it would charge us to customize that trailer to change it to that kind of animal bed one. But I can't imagine it would. Now, also, while we're here, just want to, again, this money is really not going to last, you know. I need to put a manure pit in. And I want to get a couple more cows. That's pretty much down to nothing again, isn't it? No, let's just remind myself. This is it. So this is what I was looking at. So actually, this vintage thing here is 2.1 meters, and it's only 150 quid. This one, and it just looks, I just like the look of it. It looks cool, but it is quite expensive, and it's smaller. Okay. Well, that's something that's coming up, isn't it? We need to consider that at some point. But for now, let's go back and get that trailer. Right, here we are. Yeah, so it is empty, isn't it? Yeah, good. That's what I was hoping. So that's good anyway, isn't it? So we've actually got a trailer now to cart. I mean, it carts silage as and when we need it. It does cart the silage. But also we've got a bit of a multi-purpose trailer, actually. It's so old school, it doesn't have any hoses to connect. It's trying to connect a hose then. Right, and actually all it's dumped down here at the minute is the cultivator and the plough. So it's nothing too major that we need to worry about in terms of getting it covered up. It's not mechanical machinery. It's kind of connect up and drag machinery, so we can get away with that. Well, I'm excited for this though. Get the cows a couple of buddies. Yeah, this will be good. Hopefully it's not going to cost too much money. I seem to remember the cows are a couple of grand each, so potentially leave us with about 5 grand. What I think I will do is jump into landscaping, I think, actually, potentially. Get a little shed put up in that new kind of grass area, and maybe kind of landscape a little bit of a yard. Oh, I'm getting carried away. I need to customize this first, don't I? Yeah, landscape up a little bit of a yard there, I think. Yeah, that's something that we need to do. Now, where's that trigger? Here it is. So I can customize now. Good. And yeah, it doesn't cost me anything, so that's great. So cattle body, a cattle truck body base. Good. What on earth does that do? Nothing. We'll keep the grease on. Cool. Right. Customize that. Lovely. It's nice when it doesn't cost you anything. I like how it's kind of put like a straw base in the bottom of it now. Look, that's quite cool, isn't it? I do quite like this mod. What I don't like is this next bit, which is going to require me to reverse a dolly. Oh dear. Right. Oh dear. How's this gonna go? Nice and slow. Nice and slow. I think I'm getting a little bit better at this. Maybe. I shouldn't say stuff like that, should I? Why did I say that? Why did I say that? What's going to happen here now? Try and line it up. Come on. I'm assuming I don't have to manually attach this part. I'm guessing this will just connect, will it? Oh dear. Wow. For me, that wasn't bad. For me, that really wasn't that bad. No, you've seen much worse. There was a little bit at the beginning of the last roleplay episode, which you would have seen, where it was backing in a dolly, and yeah, That did take me about 4 or 5 attempts before, but fortunately with that I just edit the whole thing out. But yeah, that was pretty awful. Now this is going bad. We did have a little discussion in the comments about the axle. I think it's called axle blocking, which I actually thought was a bit unrealistic, but it's not, is it? Because they are a real thing. And now that we own this trailer, maybe I might think about that. Now, one thing I don't understand is how do I connect it? How do I connect it? Do I have to be even closer than that? See, when you're playing without manual attach on, it just pops up as a little prompt, doesn't it? But do I have to do it manually in this? Don't know. You can tell I've never used it before. Every day's a learning day. I mean, I was going to say that's not badly aligned, but it is, isn't it? It's awful. Right, I'm going to cut this because this is going to take me probably about 20 more minutes. Okay, genuinely, I don't even think I had to cut it. How do I connect it though? There we go. Alright, weirdly enough, you had to climb up to attach it. I guess that's kind of real, isn't it? I want to say, let's jump back into here as if we're on our phone. Did I see? Yeah, I did. Do I buy that? 600. Okay, right, let's run in. Let's stick to the rules. Let's run in. We'll buy that because it's a pretty good price. And that thing, I don't know how it affects things like a manual trailer, but it has a 0, and that's not good, is it? I should look after equipment better. 1 barrel, 2 barrels. Oh, so it's literally 1 barrel as well. Alright, well, let's just get 1 barrel. And where did it put it? Where is it? Okay, I don't know what happened then, but I just reset it back to the shop and it's appeared now. That was odd. Right, now, I don't believe it lets you do this manually, so I'm guessing I've got no option but to pull up next to it and kind of refill it. There we go. I couldn't do anything about that. Interesting. Right, let's use 2 kilograms out. Wow, there's still 178 kilograms in there. Okay, well that's going to last us a long time. We're going to have to come and pick that up, I guess. Right, let's go get some cows. Let's go get some cows. It's quite a cool looking little animal trailer actually. Do you know what? You don't really see any like that. Any old, really old fashioned animal carriers, and they don't advertise it as having that, I wouldn't say. Not in the mod anyway. I didn't even know it existed until I found it in the shop. Maybe people would download the mod a bit more if they realised you can use it as kind of an old school animal trailer. I think I probably would have used it quite a lot actually before now. Right, let's go into here. I don't know why, by the way, I wonder if anyone knows, but I have the markers turned off. But in every map, that symbol seems to always be there for buying animals. Yeah, the interactive zone markers are off, but that one is just always there. Right, I'll stop the engine this time because I might spend a while picking some animals. So, what do I want to go for? So I'm just going to get 2 more of the same, but I think I'll go for the heifers, just because they're a bit cheaper and I'm pretty sure they still produce the milk straight away. So let's go for, I'm going to get 3 of them. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get 3 of them. How does the animation look? Okay, good. Right, let's head on back. And when I transported one cow in that single trailer with the man, I want to say it pretty much went down to 0 miles per hour going up this hill. So it'll be interesting to see how the Fiat copes with it. I imagine it'll be a breeze. Good. Now I've just bought 3 cows. Hopefully we've got enough hay to last, because that silage isn't actually ready. Yeah, a bit short-sighted on me maybe, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I might have to eat my own words, because it's struggling. Oh no, and it just stalled. This is why you've got to do the maintenance. So it's got the mod. I don't know what mod it is, to be honest with you, and I should probably remember what I've activated, but kind of realistic. As you don't maintain your tractors, you do get issues. The engine will stall, the power will completely drain. I mean, I did nothing then, just driving up the hill, and the engine stalled. Fortunately, it started up and carried on, but there's just so many outgoings on this series. It's a super hard series. It really is, and I do like that, but yeah, this is one heck of a challenge, you know. What did I say? 36 episodes? And we've got a lot to show for ourselves, but certainly not that much. I mean, see Saskatchewan, I'm 40 episodes in on that one, and I reckon if we sold everything, we'd probably be up around £1 million worth. On this one, we'd barely make 60 grand, I think. So yeah, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Now, if I remember, this had to be unloaded sort of here-ish. I'm going to stop the engine because it's playing up, and hopefully, yeah, there we go. So transfer all of those in. Amazing. Let's go have a look. See how they look. Nice. Cool. So let's just jump to this screen and have a look at the food situation. So they've got 2,878 litres of hay. We've still got more. We've still got quite a bit of hay. It's not too bad. The straw, they will start eating through that now, I would have thought. And this eventually, it still shows as silage. It does still show as silage. Well, that's interesting to know, isn't it? If you're ever desperate and you need silage and you haven't got it fermented, and you're playing it relatively kind of sticking to the rules, I guess, just do a silage contract and then you get it instantly. I mean, this stuff fermented 10 minutes after I cut it. Impressive. Right, well, we got loads of food. Loads and loads of food. Potentially I'll use up all of the hay though before I get into that. Right, good. Let's do the next priority. Has anything new appeared in the shop? God, it just had so much stuff. So much stuff all the time. I mean, look at that. That is something I'm pretty certain we'll end up getting in this series. Now isn't the right time. But there's still an incentive to mix some TMR up, because there's still a little bit more of a benefit to doing it by 10%. It's not a lot though, is it? Right, let's get into here and do the manure silo. We need that for definite. Which one did I say allowed me to do like a full rotation? Oh, that one. That's big though, isn't it? That is far too big. What about this one? Yeah, that's what I was looking at, I reckon. I assume it will work properly if I was to put it somewhere like next to it. I hope so. The only thing that concerns me is it's slightly into the building. Don't know, is that a good thing? Okay, I'm going to go with this one because it's only actually £200 more. It holds 20,000 litres more manure and it just kind of fits a bit better there. So let's do that. It is going to level the ground a touch. Okay, but that's fine. That is okay. Just while I'm in here, let's just do a couple of little landscape tweaks because I don't like how it's kind of squared off that mud. That sort of thing doesn't do it for me. So let's just... Wet mud. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Is that what's already there, though? That is what's already there. Okay. Let's just throw a little bit of random... Yeah. Just like that. I'm not going to waste too much time. Okay, cool. It didn't actually level that corner. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the silage bales are there. I don't know. Actually, that lined up pretty good. Yeah, that did actually. And, boom, just like that, right in front of our eyes. The cows are already doing lots of number 2s. Amazing. So it obviously works. I would love it if this is one where you have to manually scoop it out. Rather than that one in Saskatchewan where you just kind of walk up to it and it fills the bucket. But it's not the end of the world, is it? Good. Right, well those guys are good. I like it. I like it a lot. So, 3,326. Let's have a quick peek. How am I doing for time? I reckon, finish the episode on a little bit more landscaping. I don't know exactly how long the episode will be. I've been physically recording now for about 50 minutes. But there's going to be some things to edit out, like how ridiculously long it took me to load up the silage bales, for example. So, let's just end it on this. Now, I do want to put a shed there, and I feel I should do that before a landscape, to be honest. Now, the ones that I've used back at the main yard are just, I mean, look at these. £1,200 for that. Honestly, you just can't go wrong with it, can you? You just can't go wrong with it. That's such a good price. Do I need to get one that big? Okay, right, I decided to go for the 3 because actually it makes sense. We'll probably bring the what am I thinking of? Forage wagon. That's it. We'll probably bring that down here anyway. By the time we have a mower, yeah, a 3-1. For the sake of not much more money, it just makes sense, doesn't it? Now, I wanted to do that. I'm down to 1,412. It cost me quite a bit of money because actually I didn't free place it, which I normally would do, but I guess fortunately it didn't cut into the next person's field, so I must have been right on the edge there. And that bit doesn't appeal to me, to be honest. It doesn't look great, does it? But that's kind of a job for another day, I guess. I need to fix that. What I liked is I managed to position that bar with that big kind of stump that's left over, so that makes up for that a little bit. Now, I want to make this into a small kind of yard area. So I reckon it doesn't actually cost any different. So let's pick this one here off of the main road. I'm thinking like kind of like over here-ish. Going over in that direction there. Yeah, I like that. And having a separate little roadway there eventually, which in this area, that's going to be where our silage pit is, where we can obviously ferment it. But for a minute, that kind of works, doesn't it? I like that. I do like that. So maybe that tree, I might have said it before, that tree probably needs to go. So that's a little bit more money, isn't it? That will make us a little bit more money. Okay, I like that. And sticking with the kind of derelict theme, we'll leave the grass randomly in place like that as well, just to give it a bit of a realism. So what am I at? £1,234. I shouldn't be wasting money for the sake of it, but I need to put some bushes in. Just a few here and there. At the cost to us. I think that'll kind of... Yeah, I think that'll kind of work actually. I'll just give it a bit of realism. Let's put a couple of big ones in. Yeah, I like that. Good. That will do. Right, let's go take a look before it gets too dark. Yep, so we'll drive into here. I like it. So far so good. Little yard area, so we can probably just about turn equipment around. Part some stuff up into there. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like it. Not bad for, what, about $3 grand of investment there? It's quite a nice little secondary area. And I'm going to pull a little track off of here. When the grass is kind of fully ready to go and we've actually cut it, I don't want to just place something and waste all that grass. But we'll put the kind of silo, the silage silo, but the one that's made out of like multiple bales, because it looks quite cool as well. Maybe we can even put it here facing that way. Don't know, but that's cool. I like that. I do like that. Right, so let's go back to the farm and do what I promised. So you can all stop nagging me, especially Bendercat and Curtis. You can just leave me alone now, alright? I'm gonna clean the tractor. I know it's hard to believe, and to be honest, I might change my mind by the time I get back to the yard. Let's crawl through the bush. That looks good there as well, doesn't it? The great thing about playing with ×10 is you really see progression through the episode. Right, let's leave the bale trailer there, because you know I like to just leave stuff in the way. And let's head on back. Well, I say head on back. Let's head up the hill back to the house. So next episode we do need to get the tank, the water tanker, fill it up with our own water from that brief bit of rain. Let's say we had overnight rain, and then let's do this facing forward actually. Yeah, and then top up the apples. I think as well next episode we should have 2 more pallets, so potentially there's going to be, yeah, £2,000 worth of apples there to sell in the next episode, which is good. Right, are you ready for this? I'll leave the lights on just so you can see it. Problem is now it's going to show all the flaky paint, isn't it? Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. It's quite a good habit, isn't it, to wash your equipment? It does look nice. Until the next episode, anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, as always. Thank you very much for commenting, as always. And pretty much know what we've got to do in the next episode. Busy times at the minute. Busy times. But hopefully the cows down there enjoy their new little roommates. I'm sure they will. Thanks again for watching. And until the next episode, cheers and gone.